Dim sum, dim-sum, is a style of Chinese cuisine prepared as small bite-sized portions of food served in small steamer baskets or on small plates. Dim sum dishes are famous for the unique way they are served traditionally, whereby fully cooked, ready-to-serve dishes are pushed on carts around the restaurant for diners to select without leaving the seats. History. Dim sum is usually linked with the older tradition from Yum Cha, which has its roots in travelers on the ancient Silk Road needing a place to rest. Thus, tea houses were established along the roadside. An imperial physician in the 3rd century wrote that combining tea with food would lead to excessive weight gain. People later discovered that tea can aid in digestion, so tea house owners began adding various snacks. The unique culinary art dim sum originated with the Cantonese in southern China, who over the centuries transformed Yum Cha from a relaxing respite to a loud and happy dining experience. In Hong Kong, and in most cities and towns in Guangdong Province, many restaurants start serving dim sum as early as 5 in the morning. It is a tradition for the elderly to gather to eat dim sum after morning exercises. For many in southern China, Yum Cha is treated as a weekend family day. More traditional dim sum restaurants typically serve dim sum until mid-afternoon. However, in modern society, it has become commonplace for restaurants to serve dim sum at dinner time. Various dim sum items are even sold as takeout for students and office workers on the go. Cuisine. A traditional dim sum brunch includes various types of steamed buns such as char siu bao, dumplings and rice noodle rolls, which contain a range of ingredients including beef, chicken, pork, prawns, and vegetarian options. Many dim sum restaurants also offer plates of steamed green vegetables, roasted meats, congee, and other soups. Dessert dim sum is also available, and many places offer the customary egg tart. Dim sum is usually eaten as breakfast. Dim sum can be cooked by steaming and frying, among other methods. The serving sizes are usually small and normally served as 3 or 4 pieces in one dish. It is customary to order family-style sharing dishes among all members of the dining party. Because of the small portions, people can try a wide variety of food dishes. Dim sum brunch restaurants have a wide variety of dishes, usually several dozen. Among the standard fare of dim sum are the following. Popular gaozi, or dumpling. Gaozi is a standard in most tea houses. They are made of ingredients wrapped in a translucent rice flour or wheat starch skin, and are different from gaozi found in other parts of China. Though common, steamed rice flour skins are quite difficult to make. Thus, it is a good demonstration of the chef's artistry to make these translucent dumplings. There are also dumplings with vegetarian ingredients such as tofu and pickled cabbage. Hao gao, a delicate steamed dumpling with whole or chopped up shrimp filling and thin wheat starch skin. Chinese sticky rice, a Chinese fried rice variety which is sticky Teochew-style dumplings. A dumpling said to have originated from the Chaozhou prefecture of eastern Guangdong province. It contains peanuts, garlic, chives, pork, dried shrimp, and Chinese mushrooms in a thick dumpling wrapper made from glutinous rice flour or tang flour. It is usually served with a small dish of chili oil. Guosha, northern Chinese style of dumpling, usually with meat and cabbage filling. Note that, although pot stickers are sometimes served in dim sum restaurants, they are not considered traditional Cantonese dim sum. Sha o mai, small steamed dumplings with either pork, prawns or both inside a thin wheat flour wrapper, usually topped off with crab roe and shiitake mushroom. Ham seoigaau stuffed dumpling, alternatively ham 4 seoi2 gok 3, deep-fried oval-shaped dumpling made with rice flour and filled with pork and chopped vegetables. The rice flour surrounding is sweet and sticky, while the inside is slightly salty and savory. Dumpling soup, soup with one or two big dumplings. Baozi, baked or steamed. These fluffy buns made from wheat flour are filled with food items ranging from meat to vegetables to sweet bean pastes. Char siu bao, the most popular bun with a Cantonese barbecued pork filling. It can be either steamed to be fluffy and white or baked with a light sugar glaze to produce a smooth golden brown crust. Traditionally, it's using the bun-like making method, but nowadays it's using the bread-like making method and using the name kan bao. Bolo bao literally means pineapple bread. It's a pineapple skin-like bread, usually tastes sweet. Xiao long bao. These dumplings are filled with meat of seafood and are famous for the flavor and rich broth inside. These dumplings are originally Shanghainese, so they are not considered traditional Cantonese dim sum. They are typically sold with pork or crab. Mantu's plain steamed bun like char siu bao are without filling. Phoenix claws. These are chicken feet, deep-fried, boiled, marinated in a black bean sauce, and then steamed. This results in a texture that is light and fluffy, while moist and tender. Fengzi, typically dark red in color. One may also sometimes find plain steamed chicken feet served with a vinegar dipping sauce. This version is known as white cloud phoenix claws. Steamed meatball. Finely ground beef is shaped in two balls and then steamed with preserved orange peel and served on top of a thin bean curd skin. Spare ribs. In the West, it is mostly known as spare ribs collectively. In the East, it is char siu when roasted red, or when roasted black. It is typically steamed with du chia fermented black beans and sometimes sliced chili. Lotus leaf rice. Glutinous rice is wrapped in a lotus leaf into a triangular or rectangular shape. It contains egg yolk, dried scallop, mushroom, crispy water chestnut, and meat. These ingredients are steamed with the rice, and although the leaf is not eaten, its flavor is infused during the steaming. Lo mai gai is a kind of rice dumpling. A similar but lighter variant is known as pearl chicken. Congee. Thick, sticky rice porridge served with different savory items. The porridge one will see most often is preserved egg and pork porridge. Su, a type of flaky pastry. Char siu is one of the most common ingredients used in dim sum style su. Another common pastry seen in restaurants are called salty pastry, which is made with flour and seasoned pork. Taro dumpling. This is made with mashed taro, stuffed with diced shiitake mushrooms, shrimp and pork, deep-fried in crispy butter. Crispy fried squid. Similar to fried calamari, the battered squid is deep-fried. A variation of this dish may be prepared with a salt and pepper mix. In some dim sum restaurants, octopus is used instead of squid. Roll. Spring roll. A roll consisting of various types of vegetables, such as sliced carrot, cabbage, mushroom and wood ear fungus, and sometimes meat are rolled inside a thin flour skin and deep-fried. Rice noodle rolls are koeng fan. These are wide rice noodles that are steamed and then rolled. They are often filled with different types of meats or vegetables inside, but can be served without any filling. Rice noodle rolls are fried after they are steamed and then sprinkled with sesame seeds. Popular fillings include beef, dough fritter, shrimp, and barbecued pork, often topped with a sweetened soy sauce. Tofu skin roll. A roll made of tofu skin. Cakes. Turnip cake. Cakes are made from mashed daikon mixed with bits of dried shrimp and pork sausage that is steamed and then cut into slices and pan-fried. Taro cake. Cakes made of taro. Water chestnut cake. Cakes made of crispy water chestnut. It is mostly see-through and clear. Some restaurants also serve a variation of water chestnut cake made with bamboo juice. Sweets. Chenchango. Thousand-layer cake, a dim sum dessert made up of many layers of sweet egg dough. Egg tart, composed of a base made from either a flaky puff pastry type dough or a type of non-flaky cookie dough with an egg custard filling, which is then baked. Some high-class restaurants put bird's nest on top of the custard. In other places, egg tarts can be made of a crust and a filling of egg whites, and somewhere it is a crust with egg yolks. Egg tarts now come in a variety of different flavors. Taro, coffee, and strawberry, for example, is a Portuguese-styled egg custard common in Hong Kong, with origins in Macau, and has a layer of burnt sugar on the surface. Jin deur matu, especially popular at Chinese New Year, a chewy dough filled with red bean paste, rolled in sesame seeds, and deep-fried. Dao fu fa, a dessert consisting of silky tofu served with a sweet ginger or jasmine-flavored syrup. Mango pudding, a sweet, rich mango-flavored pudding usually with large chunks of fresh mango, often served with a topping of evaporated milk. Sweet cream buns, steamed buns with milk custard filling. Malay steamed sponge cake, a very soft steamed sponge cake flavored with molasses. Longan tofu, almond-flavored tofu served with longans, usually cold. Rice sugar cake, tea service. The drinking of tea is as important to dim sum as the food. The type of tea to serve on the table is typically one of the first things the server asks dining customers. Several types of tea are served during dim sum. Chrysanthemum tea. Chrysanthemum tea does not actually contain any tea leaves. Instead, it is a flower-based tisane made from chrysanthemum flowers of the species Chrysanthemum morifolium or Chrysanthemum indicum, which are most popular in East Asia. To prepare the tea, chrysanthemum flowers are steeped in hot water after cooling from a boil, in either a teapot, cup, or glass. However, chrysanthemum flowers are often paired with pu'erh tea, and this is often referred to as guk-po or guk-bo. Green tea. Freshly picked leaves only go through heating and drying processes, but do not undergo oxidation. This enables the leaves to keep their original green color and retain most natural substances like polyphenols and chlorophyll contained within the leaves. This kind of tea is produced all over China and is the most popular category of tea. Representative varieties include Dragonwell and Biluochun from Zhejiang and Jiangsu provinces respectively. Oolong tea. The tea leaves are partially oxidized, imparting to them the characteristics of both green and black teas. Its taste is more similar to green tea than black tea, but has a less grassy flavor than green tea. The three major oolong tea producing areas are on the southeast coast of China, e.g. Fujian, Guangdong and Taiwan. Boletia pu'erh tea. The tea has undergone years of fermentation, giving them a unique earthy flavor. This variety of tea is usually compressed into different shapes like bricks, discs and bowls. Center teas. There can be various mixtures of flowers with green tea, black tea or oolong tea. Flowers used include jasmine, gardenia, magnolia, grapefruit flower, sweet-scented osmanthus and rose. There are strict rules about the proportion of flowers to tea. Jasmine tea is the most popular type of scented tea, and is often the most popular type of tea served at yum-cha establishments. The above teas are produced in most of China. Chinese tea bushes are cultivated in the mountain areas of tropical and subtropical regions wherever there is a proper climate, sufficient humidity, adequate sunshine and fertile soil. Chinese tea is classified in many ways, e.g., quality, method of preparation, or place of production. The main processing methods include oxidation, fermentation, heating, drying and addition of other ingredients like flowers, herbs or fruits. These help to develop the special flavor of the raw tea leaves. Restaurants and pricing. One aspect unique to dim sum is its method of serving in specialized dim sum brunch restaurants or tea houses. Here, dishes are pushed around the restaurant in steam-heated carts, with servers offering the dishes to customers. Pricing of dishes at these types of restaurants may vary, but traditionally the dishes are classified as small, medium, large, extra large, or special. For example, a basket of dumplings may be considered a small dish, while a bowl of congee or plate of lo mai gai may be considered a large dish. Dishes are then priced accordingly by size, with orders typically recorded with a rubber stamp onto a bill card that remains on the table. Servers in some restaurants use distinctive stamps, so that sales statistics for each server can be recorded. Menu items not typically considered dim sum fare, such as a plate of chow mein, are often available. They are typically branded as kitchen dishes on menus and are individually priced. As a means of attracting customers at less busy times, many restaurants have promotional periods on certain days, usually in the early morning or late afternoon. This typically involves charging a fixed price for certain dishes. Typically, the small, medium, and large items are all be charged at the usual price for small items. The rule would not apply to extra large, special, or kitchen dishes. In some places the tea fee may also be waived, or a discount be placed on the entire order. Where such periods exist, the bill card would have a designated section that allows the items that were ordered during the period and to be easily recognized and charged appropriately. Another way of pricing the food consumed is to use the number and color of the dishes left on the patron's table as a guide. Similar to the method used in some Japanese conveyor belt sushi restaurants, some newer restaurants offer a conveyor belt dim sum, a format similar to the conveyor belt sushi eating places. Other Chinese restaurants may not offer dim sum on moving platforms, and instead take orders, generally on a pre-printed sheet of paper, and serve à la carte, in a manner similar to a Spanish tapas restaurant. Prices of each dim sum dish may then vary depending on the actual dish ordered. This procedure may be used at less busier times in specialized restaurants, as it saves time and resources by chefs not having to anticipate which dishes would be ordered and prepare them in advance, though for the customer, it may take longer for the dishes to be delivered after ordering. Etiquette. There are common tea drinking and eating practices or etiquette that Chinese people commonly recognize and use. These are practiced not only during dim sum meals but during other types of Chinese meals as well. It is customary to pour tea for others before filling one's own cup during a meal. When pouring tea for people on one's left side, the right hand should be used to hold the teapot and vice versa. A common custom among the Cantonese is to thank the person pouring the tea by tapping the bent index finger, or by tapping both the index and middle finger, which symbolizes the gesture of bowing. This custom is said to be analogous to the ritual of bowing to someone in appreciation. The origin of this gesture is described anecdotally. The Qianlong emperor went to Yamcha with his friends outside the palace. Not wanting to attract attention to himself, the emperor was disguised. While at Yamcha, the emperor poured his companion some tea, which was a great honor. The companion, not wanting to give away the emperor's identity in public by bowing, instead tapped his index and middle finger on the table as a sign of appreciation. Given the number of times tea is poured in a meal, the tapping is a time saver in loud restaurants or lively company, as an individual being served might be speaking to someone else also have food in the mouth. If a diner does not wish a refill being offered at the time, the fingers are used to wave off or politely decline more tea. This does not preclude taking more fresh hot tea at a later time during the meal. Leaving the lid balanced on the side of the teapot is a common way of attracting a server's attention, and indicates a silent request that the teapot be refilled. Fast food. Certain kinds of instant dim sum have come onto the market in Hong Kong, mainland China, Taiwan, Indonesia, Singapore, and Malaysia. People can enjoy snacks after a 3-minute defrosting and reheating of the instant dim sum in a microwave oven. In many cities, street dim sum is sold from mobile street carts, and usually consists of dumplings or meatballs steamed in a large container, but served on a bamboo skewer. The customer can dip the whole skewer into a sauce bowl and then eat while standing or walking. Dim sum can be purchased from major grocery stores in most countries with a Chinese population. These dim sum can be easily cooked by steaming or microwaving. Major grocery stores in Hong Kong, Philippines, Singapore, Taiwan, mainland China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, Thailand, Australia, United States, and Canada have a variety of frozen or fresh dim sum stocked at the shelves. These include dumplings, suai, bao, chiong fun, lo bak go, and steamed spare ribs. In Singapore, as well as other countries, dim sum can also be purchased from convenience stores, coffee shops, and other eateries. There is also halal-certified dim sum available, which is also very popular in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei.